What if you could get the perfect gift for your family this year without fighting holiday traffic or
Welcome to Williamson County Cablevision's replay of the activities of Georgetown High School. Hi, I'm Jack Frost, and welcome you to the replays of the many activities of our high school. And a very special thank you to all the crew here at Williamson County Cablevision, along with the financial support we get from the sponsors. We urge you to let these people know how much you appreciate the replays of our youth activities, letting the young people perform in a very positive way. So let the people know a great big thank you from the community for our sponsors and to Williamson County Cablevision. And stay tuned for a very special program. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Eagle Field, and we're going to quickly take you to the public announcer here.
5% of their class based on grade point average at the end of their junior year. While demonstrating this high scholastic ability, these students are also involved in a multitude of extracurricular activities. These activities include sports, band, UIL competition, scouting, to just name a few. They are members of various organizations and clubs, are actively involved in church groups, and hold part-time jobs. They are indeed a group of young adults that our community, and especially their parents, should be very proud of. To present these outstanding students their jackets tonight are Mr. William Bear, President of the Georgetown Rotary Club, Dr. Jim Gunn, Superintendent of Georgetown Schools, and Mr. Mike Cargill, Principal of Georgetown High School. We would ask that you please hold your applause until all scholars have been introduced. Our first scholar, Shad Ahmed, son of Nasir and Shala Ahmed. Lauren Beaver, daughter of Phil and Lynn Beaver. Allyn Crain, daughter of Ken and Mickey Crain. John Ross Jackson, son of Danny and Ruth Jackson. Seth Killingbeck, son of Raymond and Donna Killingbeck. Sarah Lough, daughter of John and Lisa Lough. Emily R. Morgan, daughter of James and Laura Morgan. Jessica Poisson, daughter of Joseph and Dorothy Poisson. Emily Polasek, daughter of John and Sue Polasek. Christopher Rogers, son of Bill and Meredith Rogers. Kirt Shell, son of Marla and Steve Shell. Sally Spurgeon, daughter of Tom Spurgeon. Paul Stoltenberg, son of Ted and Barbara Stoltenberg. Kimberly Stump, daughter of Bill and Bonnie Stump, Jr. Alex Tsankov, daughter of Minsho and Rossi Tsankov. Son. I'm sorry. Laura Umstattd, daughter of Dr. Bob and Michelle Umstattd. Erin Vargo, daughter of Dale and Margaret Vargo. Luke Wallace, son of Phil and Sherry Wallace. Douglas Warden, son of Reverend John and Paula Warden. Jennifer Whatley, daughter of Roger and Carol Whatley. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give these Rotary Scholars a big, big round of applause. They certainly deserve it.
All right, thank you very much there. That was Pete Center, the PA announcer. This is Jack Frost saying a very good evening and welcome to Eagle Field for a very important district ball game. All right, I believe we're going to have a special introduction of our seniors here.
Tonight, they need to report to the north end zone underneath the home scoreboard. So again, any youngsters involved in the bleacher creature run need to go forward to the north end zone, and they will be able to participate in the run tonight.
All right, thank you very much again, Pete Zenner, and we're going to have a very special guest here with us tonight. We have the Booster Club President, Danny Mormon. Danny, I want to welcome you to the pregame show here. I know that you're excited because you're not only the Booster President, but you're very involved in this game yourself with the family. So, Danny, tell me a little bit about what the Booster Club's done this year, and we want to say thank you to all of you for your effort for our young people.
Jack, the Booster Club has started off back in February and just picked up where the old one left off, and we started with the sponsorship of our signs. As you can see over there in the end zone, gets flashed every now and then. We had several sponsors step up. The larger signs are $1,000 and the smaller ones are $500. That money basically has gone for improvements on some of the field and also for scholarships for our kids. The Booster Club gives, at the end of the season, is going to give over $4,000 worth of scholarships for the graduating seniors for academics things. And the scoreboard, our sponsorships basically were $3,000 a piece for the lifetime of the scoreboard, and we had several people interested in doing that. That project took approximately 6 months to get done, but the sponsors stepped up, and the dads came up, and we did everything on the scoreboard except put the panels up. We had people around town that donated various things to the scoreboard to help us install it.
Well, that's what I understand, that the fathers just did a yeoman job out here, giving effort on behalf of these young people. And now then, let me ask you another question. I believe we can get the camera to go on the scoreboard. You mentioned the scoreboard there and sponsors, so if we could move around to that. You know, that's the great thing about having Troy Rodriguez and Luis Garcia and Richard Marsh up here. Man, your wish is a command. They just take right to it. Well, Danny, tell us a little bit about how you feel about this game now tonight.
Well, this game is a great thing first for the kids. I mean, this is something that they've worked towards for since the beginning of the season, since the all-season started. These kids are focused. There's not a selfish one amongst them. We've got some great leadership from our seniors. I knew we were going to be good. I just didn't know how good we were going to be until after we had scrimmaged Killeen Ellison, which is one of the top-ranked teams in the state. And the kids came out of that feeling really good about themselves, and it sort of carried from that. Offensive line has been great. We've got a great running back in Lee Lundeen, who's very unselfish. He'll be the first to tell you that he gives credit to the offensive line. Got a great leadership from Matt Hellman, the quarterback, who's also a senior. Our defense is, as you put it last week in the game, is a swarm of Eagles. I think some of their goals per game is to have what they call swarm tackles, and I think they've achieved that goal pretty much in every ball game. And just showing some great leadership from them, unselfish play, and a great team effort to get us here. It's a good night for Georgetown Eagles and for Georgetown, Texas.
Oh, there's not any doubt, Danny, and just what you said. One thing about it, if one doesn't get them, the other one will out there on the defense. The same on the blocks, on the offense. They're just a great group of young people, and as you said, dedicated, they're aggressive, they're ready to go, and they'll give you 1,000%. That's the thing to me that is so important in any sport and at any level. However, there's nothing like high school athletics.
That's exactly right, Jack. And I'd like to say a little bit about our coaching staff. Larry Moore has done an excellent job, of course, but he's surrounded himself with some great assistant coaches. Coach Gutman, who's new, defensive coordinator. Coach McBride, who's her offensive coordinator. Coach Kosh, Coach Gubin, Coach Ibarra. Can't say enough about these guys stepping up and being positive to these kids. And you be around the kids long enough, you know, the reflection of the coaching staff and a super positive attitude. And they're we're probably, 12, 15 points from being 9-0 right now.
Danny, I want to pause for just a moment. I believe they're introducing the seniors, and I'd like to be sure to get that.
58, Darwin Shell. 61, Tim Crookham. 63, Ryan Carlton. 66, Josh Jones. 68, Jason Milligan. 70, Eric Anschutz. 72, Travis Holmstrom. 74, Santos Zarate. 76, Stephen Smith. 80, Joe Mayberry. 81, Desiree Martin. 82, John Compton. 83, Jeremy Hobroch. 84, Jeff Moravik. And number 88, Stephen P.G.
All right, Danny, I believe that we just finished introducing all of them, but I think they're going to have a special introduction of the seniors. If not, we're going to make sure that they are recognized here tonight. And they're the little fellas, the bleacher creatures coming down through there. Isn't it great to see all that enthusiasm there, Danny?
Yes, it is, and we've got a good crowd. We've had a crowd like this, and Coach Farney agreed to let her girls kind of help sponsor the Bleacher Creatures this year, and it's turned out to be very successful. So we want to say a big thank you to the girls basketball program for helping us do that. And Jack, if you see that banner down there in the end zone, if you get a shot of it, that's a list of the seniors that are going to be graduating, and has their numbers, and senior parents came together to do that. And you can see each one of their numbers and their name.
I tell you what, again, Richard, Lewis, and Troy, they just do a great job here, and you ask for something and they're right on it. Thank you, Richard. He does a great job on that camera. Danny, before we leave here, I want to say a thank you. I believe we have refreshments from Pizza Hut. You want to say a thank you to them?
Yes, I do. I'd like to thank them. Each week we've had a sponsor come in give food and refreshments to the press box, and this week it's Pizza Hut who's agreed to do that.
Yeah, and I want you to know I saw a thumbs up from Troy Rodriguez over here. He's enjoying them. All right. Now then, tell us, we'll pause for the prayer.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, it wasn't the prayer, it's the pledge, but we're both so...
The referees tonight, they will be able to judge wisely. And please bless that the players will be able to play sportsmanlike. Please bless us on our trip home that we'll be able to be safe. We ask these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
And Danny, both the prayer and the pledge given by our students from the high school here, and I want to compliment the administration, Jim Gunn and Mike Cargill. I've heard many great comments, good comments about having the pledge before the games. Years ago we did that, and then somehow got away from it, and they brought it back, and we say thank you. Danny, I believe you've got a banquet coming up. You want to right quickly talk to us about that?
Yes, we do. We're trying to get a guest speaker for the banquet we're working on. A couple of them are ex-Dallas Cowboys. If you want to check this.
Danny, let me interrupt you just a moment. We've got a special presentation here.
To Principal Mike Cargill in memory of their classmate Troy Williams. This gift is intended to replace the eagle, which was stolen last year from Georgetown High School. Also present on the field at this time is Tom Foster, the artisan who created this gift. Mr. Foster served as principal of Georgetown High School for 13 years. The class of 1997 would like to thank Mr. Foster for his generous gift of his time and talent. The class of 97 is proud to present this 3-foot hand-carved eagle to Georgetown High School.
All right, a great gift there, going in the trophy case. And Danny, I'm going to try not to interrupt you anymore here, but we want to not miss any of the action on the field. Start again and tell us about this banquet that is so important to these young people.
Okay, it'll be our football banquet, and I believe it's on January 17th, and we're already working on it. We have a lot of parents working on it right now. And we're trying to get a guest speaker, and we're working on a couple of what I consider good quality guest speakers who are ex-Dallas Cowboys. I believe is one of them. We always have a business here in town cater to it, which is good for that. We recognize every young man in the program, from the freshman level all the way to the graduating seniors. Awards are given, and it's just hopefully it'll be it's always sad to see our seniors go, but at the same time, we appreciate what they've done, and we try to recognize them. We try to make it their banquet.
Well, you mentioned the student athletes, but you also give recognition to cheerleaders and so many others there. It's something the young people look forward to. That's one thing we can all relate back in our great days, without a doubt, Danny.
That's right. Yeah, we recognize, we don't recognize just the football players. This whole program is built around the kids, and from the cheerleaders to the band to the pep squad, there's so much time and so much effort put into putting on for a Friday night football game. All these kids need to be commended. I mean, it's a team effort, and we couldn't do it without them.
Well, Danny, I want to compliment you as Booster President and all the Booster members and the band Booster President, Troy Rodriguez and Mary Rodriguez, and all the band boosters and all the others. To this year, it's just been great, the cooperation between all the groups. It's what you said there, teamwork makes a team, and working together, all the groups, all the organization, make for a great school program, which we have here. And again, we're very privileged to have the great staff that we have in our school system. And I notice you want to say something else.
Yes, I do. I want to thank Williamson County Cablevision, and I want to thank you, and I want to thank Dale and Jerry Graham and Coach Denham and Dennis and Troy and everybody else that puts these football games on, because we all tape the games, and we can pull them out years from now, and we'll be able to hear you guys. And we appreciate what you do for us. Williamson County Cablevision has done a tremendous amount of work. A lot of people don't understand how much work goes into this and how much they actually give to the kids of Georgetown, and we recognize that, and we appreciate it.
Well, Danny, I appreciate you commenting on it because, as I've said before, it's probably the only school in the state of Texas and maybe the United States that has access to a Cablevision program for replays for all the activities. And again, not the sports only, but we have Community Spotlight. We try to feature young people in a positive way in whatever they're doing, and it is all because of people like Troy Rodriguez, Richard Marsh, volunteers here, Jerry Graham, Dennis Allman, Milton Denham, and then Louis Garcia, Wesley Hoteling, and Dale Hoffman helping us send the equipments here. And now then, let's pause for our national anthem. I'm a little early there. It's a school song for Westwood, so I'm going to go ahead and close this out, and then we will hear not only the Westwood school song, but the Eagles school song, and then, of course, the national anthem when the teams are back on the field. Danny, again, we say thank you to you and to the parents. Parental involvement is so important, and we just cannot say enough about everything that you do for the youth of our community, and we appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Jack. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right. Again, that was our Booster Club president, Danny Mormon. And Danny, again, thank you. And now we're going to the field for the action there.
If you will direct your attention to the home side of the field at this time, where the Georgetown High School Band, under the direction of Charles Agneon, will play the school song. While we're waiting here for the national anthem, I'd like to direct your attention to the north end of the field. We have, again, the sign with all the seniors. A very special thank you to B&E Signs and to the senior parents. Their love and interest for these young people. They saw that this sign was here tonight, and so consequently we want to say, again, a thank you to B&E Signs and to the senior parents of our Fighting Eagles. And now then, I believe the Eagles are getting ready to come on the field. The Westwood Warriors are out there, men. This is Jack Frost along with Jerry Graham and Milton Denham here tonight in the booth. Milton, I want to ask you a question, if we can get it in here before the national anthem.
tell us how much this game means. We know it's important. Can you talk about it a minute?
Yeah, Mr. Frost, basically, Georgetown pretty well. There's some other circumstances that could develop, but basically Georgetown must win tonight.
To get in the playoffs.
To get in the playoffs. Somebody could beat somebody, and then somebody beat somebody else, and it could work, possibly. But basically, the Eagles have their own destiny. They can do exactly what they can do, and if they win here tonight, they're actually co-champ, but they would represent the district as number one.
Well, I think that just about covers it, because that's what we want to do, is to go as that number one team. Now, sometimes that may not seem the better way to go, but usually it is, because you play the number two team in the other district. So it should give us an advantage. The Fighting Eagles have just done a great job. I know you and Jerry both will concur with that this year. Just a great group of young people. And the coaching staff, even Danny Mormon, I was talking to him in there, and I don't know if you guys were listening in or not, but he was commenting not only concerning Coach Moore, but also the staff that he's gathered here. Milton, do you have any comment there?
Well, there's no question that this bunch of men have really improved since the opening of the season. They seem like they improve every Friday night. And I think our coaching staff's doing a good job. One person I might mention right up is Buddy McBride, who handles the offensive line, because I think that's probably one of the strongest parts of our football team is our offensive line. They do an amazingly good job, and they're getting better every week.
Well, Milton and Jerry, we want to, throughout the game, and I'll try to work this in too, we want to be sure that we recognize all these young men. And now let's go to the field for our national anthem. It's a great night for football. We've got a great crowd. And with that, Jerry Graham, are you and Milton ready to talk football here?
All right, Jack, thank you very much. Hello again, everybody. Welcome to Eagle Field, where tonight the Georgetown Eagles play host to the Westwood Warriors in the final regular season game of the 1997 season. And quite a setting we have here tonight. It's a great night for football. There's no wind blowing. It's a cool evening. And so we're going to have a dry field and a cool breeze. We expect to see a real outstanding contest here tonight. And, of course, Milton has already mentioned the possibilities that might exist. The important thing is, of course, the Eagles have control of things in their own hand, and that's what's important. They simply have to win, and they represent the district as the first-place team. They could lose and still get in, but they'd have to have some help from someone else. And so the Eagles really need just to go ahead and take care of things, and so that they don't have to worry about depending upon someone else to help them get in the playoffs. And so it will be the Georgetown Eagles kicking off to the Westwood Warriors. And, of course, when you talk about Westwood, Milton, you're talking about David Foreman, who is the second-rated passer in Central Texas, but also probably in the top half dozen in the state of Texas. He's got great size and a good arm.
Also, Jerry might point out that he's number 3 in his class, and he is considered a blue chipper, which means the Big 12 and the rest of those people are after him. He is one fine quarterback.
It's surprising looking at the stats for over the first 9 games for the Warriors, even though Foreman is highly touted, and rightfully so, for his passing, the Warriors have actually rushed for more yardage than they passed this year.
That's correct, but I think probably also the Warriors have been a little bit in trouble with illness, hurts and aches and pains. He's not had all his people.
Dennis Johnson kicks it in the end zone. It goes untouched. That'll be a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. So the Warriors will put it in play 1st and 10. We'll start this first series from the Westwood 20. We'll check those running backs. The Warriors will be out without the services of Ricky Boyd tonight, an outstanding running back, almost 1,000 yards on the season, and we'll wait and see how they line up in the absence of Ricky Boyd. They'll run mostly with a double slot, one to each side, and this time McClintock 17 is in the slot along with Alexander 19. Farman bows under, wants to throw right off the bat. He has Alexander out at the 30-yard line, makes a move to the outside. He's going to be brought down at about the 31. Jake Marshall was there along with Jake Mormon and Buell French for the Eagles.
That was a nice gain there. The man was wide open.
It's really difficult to defend the quick slant or the quick out, and we'll expect Westwood to throw a lot of those tonight. It was an 11-yard gain up to the 31-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. The running back is Mike Garlow behind David Foreman. Alexander and McClintock in the slot. It goes to Garlow, but he's hit immediately. Shake breaks the line of scrimmage. It was Travis Hoffman that was there first, but Garlow did a good job of shaking that tackle. Got to the 33, a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Jake Mormon, I believe, actually made the tackle after he bounced off.
It was Hoffman with the penetration into the backfield, but it was Mormon that had to come up and secure the tackle at the 33-yard line. So just underway here in the first quarter play, the Warriors have it at the 33. It's 2nd down and 8. Once again, Mike Garlow, the long setback, is Alexander and McClintock. They'll be throwing a lot in the direction of those two lads. Once again, Farman wants to throw, and it goes out to the wide receiver. That'd be number 88.
Fumble on the play.
Chris Allyn, rather, fumble, and the Eagles have captured on the first turnover of the evening. They get the ball at the Warrior 39-yard line.
Chris Stabino made that fumble recovery.
So Chris Stavino picks up the loose ball, and the Eagles have it at the Westwood 39-yard line. So the first break of the evening goes to the Eagles, and we'll see if they can capitalize.
Let me correct that. That was Jeremy Clayman that made the recovery. I'm sorry.
86, not 26 on the recovery, so it's Clayman who has really been coming on from a defensive end position the last few ball games, and Jeremy Clayman makes the recovery. The Eagles will go with a wide slot to the right side as Levi Bizzle is in the slot. French goes in motion back to the far side. Lundeen up the middle. He has running room up near the 31-yard line. Going to be a pickup of about 7 or 8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and about 3.
Scott Barnard made the tackle.
And I'm sure that'll be the game plan for the Eagles, Milton. I think as long as they can pick up 3 or 4 yards a pop, they'll keep that ball on the ground, try to run time off the clock, and keep Farman on the sideline.
I feel so, too. They want to just, if they can keep the ball as long as they possibly can.
The wing to the left side is going to go to French. He picks up a nice block from Esfandari, but good penetration by the linebacker is going to bring...
80 Geeter.
Bring French down for... let's call it no gain on the play. At the 31-yard line, it's still 3rd and 3.
Addy Geeter was the man who made the tackle.
So a counter to French. Esfandari pulled and laid a good block on the corner, but it was good penetration from the inside. As Bizzle now lines up on a wing right, Rose will reshift to the left side. The Eagles still have plenty of time on the play clock. It's just now at 10. It's a double wing formation. Pitch back to Lundeen. Cuts inside quick. He has the first down as he crossed the 25. He'll be near the 23-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. That's the Westwood 23-yard line with 9:21 to go in the first quarter. We have no score.
Travis Sellers made the tackle.
Nice move by Lundeen. A big hole at the line of scrimmage. He advances to the 22-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10. Jacob Bingham's the center. He's out of the huddle up over the football. Stephen Wilrich and Doug Esfandari are the guards. The tackles are Holmstrom and Zarate. The Eagles are strong left this time. French goes in motion, takes the pitch, tries to get outside, but a good job by the Warriors. But French breaks through. He's still on his feet. He'll score.
No, he stepped out, Jerry, about the 15-yard line.
All right, they're going to mark him out at the 10.
But he did a great job there, man.
Nice play.
So Buell French at the 10-yard line has a first down for the Eagles. It'll be a 1st and goal. They'll have to cover the full 10 yards as they cannot pick up a first down without scoring.
That was a real nice run by Bureau Fringe.
He was challenged immediately in the backfield. He broke free, skirted down the sideline, but stepped on the sideline at the 10-yard line. He got into the end zone. But at the 10-yard line, it'll be first and goal for the Eagles. They'll go with a power eye in the backfield. Jake Mormon's the up back. Going to go to, on a fake. He got man wide open, but overshoots Stabenow. Faked Lundeen up the middle. And Matt Hantelman a little tall on his toss to Stabenow, so bring it back to the 10 where it'll be second down and goal.
Stabenow was open on that play and slightly overthrown.
Ball kind of ballooned up on Hantelman a little bit. He had to use a little finesse to get it in there, so he lofted it in there and just a little high. Same formation this time. Lundeen left, so he heads to the outside, going to be drugged down at about the 5-yard line, maybe the 6-yard line. So it's going to be third down and goal. The line of scrimmage is at the 6.
Geter again was a tackler on that.
So at the 6-yard line, it'll be third down and goal. This series started at the Westwood 39 after Jeremy Clayman recovered a Westwood fumble. It's now reached the 6-yard line. Rose will flank wide to the right side. Power eye backfield behind Matt Hantelman. Hantelman wants to throw, rolls right, looking. It goes high, way over the head again of Stabenow. And so the Eagles will be looking at a fourth and goal from the 6. A number of substitutes come on the field, so the Eagles fail to get it into the end zone after the first big break. And so if the Warriors can come away from this with just 3 points, they'll feel somewhat fortunate, I'm sure.
The Eagles definitely need to get this field goal. They need to get some points on the board.
Dennis Johnson, the ball will be spotted down by Matt Hantelman at the 13-yard line. It's a good snap. Kick is down. Flag goes down. It is good, but we'll wait and see the meaning of the flag. Be interesting here, Vernon, if it's against the Warriors. It is offside against the Warriors. Do you take points off the board and have it fourth and goal at the 3? My guess would be I don't think so. I think I'd take the points because 3 yards is a steal, and I think that's what Coach Moore has decided to do. So the Eagles, with 8:03 to go here in the first quarter of play, have scored on a 23-yard field goal by Dennis Johnson. It capped a 39-yard drive. That drive set up by Jeremy Clayman fumble recovery.
Jerry, what you and Milton are talking about there, the general procedure is you get the points on the board, you don't take them off.
No, I wouldn't think you would want to take them off because here early in the ball game, 3-0, we'd much rather, I'm sure Coach Moore would much rather had 7-0, but 3-0 this early is fine.
We just want to stay ahead all the way. That's what we need to do here. Milton, as we go down through here in halftime, I would like for us to be sure to make notice of all the seniors, a special notice tonight, if you would, as time when we have little breaks at different times.
Okay, Mr. Frost, we'll do that. I think we're about ready to kick off now, Jerry.
All right, Dennis Johnson will be kicking deep to number 19, Robert Alexander, and number 7, O.J. McClintock. Johnson has just put the Eagles on the board with a 23-yard field goal. Good kick. Going to go down to McClintock at the goal line. He comes back out at the 5, 10, 15. Has a big hole up the middle. Cuts to the outside, and it's Karanko is giving chase. Johnson is in pursuit as well, and it's going to be Karanko. So a big special teams play by the Westwood Warriors. That was a gaping hole up the middle that time. And the Warriors are right back in the thick of things now. They'll set up shop at the Georgetown 34.
No question, Jerry. We broke down a little bit on our kicking game there. And as you said, there was a gaping hole right up the center. But the Eagles all year buckle down when they need to, and right now it's buckle down time.
Well, they do rise to the occasion. There are no ifs and ands about it. And back to you, Jerry.
The defense certainly needs to make a play here as Alexander comes wide left. McClintock's in a slot to the left side. And it's going to go to Garlow, and Garlow is hit immediately on a great penetration. Once again, Travis Hoffman it is into the backfield. This time Travis hung on to Garlow, spun him down at the 35-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play. Second down 11. Just underway here in the first quarter play. 7:30 remaining. The Eagles on top 3-0.
Well, Milton and Jerry, Travis seems to like to play back there. We want him to keep that up the rest of the game.
Definitely, we need a couple more right now.
Once again, Alexander and McClintock are to the left side. Allyn and Matthews to the right. It goes to McClintock, puts a move to that, make that Alexander. Alexander gets all the way to the 20. He'll be just short of the distance needed for the first down. It'll be 3rd and short.
Jake Marshall pushed him out of bounds.
Well, they moved those chains. They shouldn't have it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was just, they needed to get just to the 24-yard line. So they have a first down at the 20. And now Will Matthews goes wide to the right along with Chris Allyn. Once again, Mike Garlow, the lone setback behind Foreman. Movement in the Eagle line. Flags go down. There must have been some contact made in the line of scrimmage. Eagles have done that a couple of times but avoided the contact, but that time it appears that contact was made, and that'll be a 5-yard mark off against the Eagles. So that'll move it down to the 15-yard line where the Warriors will have it 1st and 10. Offsides against the Eagles. It'd be 1st and 5 rather for the Warriors at the 15-yard line.
This is a big play for the Eagles, this whole series right here. They certainly need to stop them or at least get them into a kicking situation.
Alexander and McClintock to the left side. There goes Farman intending, and looks like a great catch over there by Will Matthews. It is ruled a catch at about the 12-yard line. He'll be a couple of yards short of the distance needed for the first down, but that was a great catch by Will Matthews.
Nice pass and catch. What do we get down to? 2nd and about 1 now?
They need to get to the 10-yard.
2nd and 2.
The line of scrimmage is the 12. So it'll be 2nd down 2 for the Warriors. Alexander is the lone wide out that the Warriors do some shifting. The quarterback sneak to Farman. He is hit behind the line of scrimmage by Mormon. He may have got the 10-yard line. Hoffman and also Buell French along with Rocky Browning came over to join Mormon, but if he may be just short, or if he got the 10-yard line, he may have it. They're going to have to take a timeout to measure, but it will be 3rd down even if he doesn't make it.
Jerry, I kind of believe he made it. His forward motion, I believe, pushed him over that yard marker.
Quite frankly, quite frankly, Milton, from an Eagles point of view, you hope he does make it, so it'll be 1st and goal from that point. Otherwise, it is a first down, and that's probably best, because now they've got to go the full 10 yards to score. Had it been 3rd and short, they might have picked up a sizable gain and left them 1st and goal situation, shorter distance. So Eagles probably came out okay, the fact that he got the first down.
What you're saying there, Jerry, is they'd have 6 downs to make 11 yards and 4 to make 10.
So this is, once again, the same tight formation for the Warriors on the left side. Just a single wide out, and it's going to go to the fullback,
Very good
Garlow.
job.
And that time it was McClintock lined up at the tailback spot, not Garlow. Garlow was one of the upbacks.
Tim Crookham made the tackle. Nice play.
Crookham with excellent penetration into the Warrior backfield. So the Eagles have made a couple of good plays on first down for the last 2 series, but now they'll need to follow that up with a couple of more good plays. The loss is back to the 13-yard line. Let's mark it to 12. At the 12-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and goal. This time it's the double wide with Alexander and McClintock to the left side. Garlow motion by the Warriors, and that should go against the Warriors, even though the Eagles jumped. That should be against the Warriors. Besides, you don't stop the clock if it's against the defense anyway. So Eagles pick up another little break, so it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 17-yard line.
Good call there, Jerry Graham, and it's good for the Eagles, Milton.
Very definitely. The Eagles really need to stop them here, or at least get out of this with a field goal.
5:26 remaining in the first quarter of play. The Eagles lead 3-0, but that lead is in jeopardy right now as the Warriors have it. Second down and goal, the line of scrimmage.
Sure would be good to get a pass interception right here, man.
Line of scrimmage to Georgetown 17. Farman wants to throw, rolling back. He's in pressure. He didn't see Mormon coming, and on the blitz, Mormon's going to bring him down at the 25-yard line.
46.
Jake Mormon on a great play from his linebacking spot. Good time to bring him, Milton. The timing was perfect. And Farman, unfortunately for the Eagles, Farman was going to throw to his right, and Mormon was coming from his left, and he was unable to pick him up. And so Mormon had a good shot at him. At the 25-yard line, it's going to be third down and goal.
Very nice play by Jake Mormon. Very important play.
Chris Stabeno's in the ballgame replacing Jake Mormon, as the Eagles are expecting certainly a pass here.
I would sure look over here to the left. A little turnaround that they've been hitting. Hit it twice.
Farman pitched back to McClintock. He takes it. He slips and falls, however. As a lot of Eagles were over there. That play was doomed from the beginning, and McClintock saw that. So he tried to plant his foot, reverse his field, but he slipped and fell, and just a lot of Eagles over there in his way. So it's going to be fourth down now, and the Warriors, they got a great kicker. I'm not sure. It looked like they might just go ahead and go for it here on fourth down.
I believe what you're saying is right, Jerry. I think from all indications, they look like they're going for it.
No, they have number 11 in the ball game. Farman's not in there. So obviously,
I believe they're going to attempt.
Yeah, he's got a good leg. It'll be a 45-yarder, but he certainly was
they're going to try it.
Hitting it that far, and that's 89, Nicholas Williams. And it's away and running, but it's going to be wide left. So the Eagles defense, you got to give them credit, fellas. That was a great defensive stand as the Warriors had it first and goal and ended up with a 4th and 30.
Jerry, you said it there. A great stand by the defense. And again, Milton, that's another task we want to be sure is to name all these young men on defense here tonight. The Eagles did rise to the occasion. Jerry, Milton, they just did a great job there. Things looked a little bleak for a little bit there, but that keep on keeping on that Eagle fight. They rose to the occasion. Milton, you have some comments?
Well, it was an extremely good job, not by one, but all the Eagles. Everybody contributed, and they play as a team.
The slot's to the right side with Bizzle in the slot. It's going to go to Lundeen. Up the middle, has running room across the 30. Just tripped up by an ankle. Otherwise, Lundeen would have had big yardage, as it was. A nice gain to the 32-yard line. And that's pick up a 4 for Lundeen. It'll be second down 6.
Ronnie Rocha made the tackle.
3:23 remaining in our first quarter of play. The Eagles lead 3-0. They scored on a 23-yard Dennis Johnson field goal, and in a great goal line stand by the Eagle defensive unit turned the Warriors away. And now the Eagles have it for their second possession, and they have a second down and 6. The line of scrimmage is the Georgetown 32. This time the slot's left. French and Lundeen behind Hantelman on a counter to Lundeen. Lundeen away and running at the 40, 45, 50, still 40, being chased from behind, but Lundeen is opening the gap, and he'll score. Lee Lundeen.
Wasn't that pretty?
On a 68-yard run.
Again, Jerry, it was a very nice run by Lee Lundeen, but I still think the people that are making a big difference with the Eagle football team is the offensive line. Up here where you can see that was fantastic blocking by our line.
Jerry and Milton, it was. And Milton, again, we want to recognize all those young men. We want to be sure to let it be known there. They've just done a great job. Again, what both of you fellas have said, teamwork. Man, everybody working together. Nobody being selfish. They just do a great job. But back to you, Jerry.
Dennis Johnson's on the field to attempt the point after. That was a 68-yard run by Lundeen. And now Hantelman kneels at the 10-yard line awaiting the snap. Good snap by Esfandori. The kick is up by Johnson, and it's good. So the Eagles have increased that lead to 10-0 at 2:49 to go in the first quarter of play. That was a 72-yard drive. The Eagles scored on 2 Lee Lundeen runs. And so the Eagles off to a great start here in the first quarter of the ball game, up 10-0 in a game that has major implications as far as the playoff picture is concerned in District 14-5A.
Here I might add, it's been many years since Georgetown has played for the district championship here, particularly on the last game of the year. I don't remember what happened maybe, and maybe you do, in the 80s. They could have done this, but I know previous to that, I believe it was 1971, is the last time they played for the district championship. Georgetown played Cameron that night.
I think that's the last time, Milton. Of course, the Eagles have made several trips into the playoffs in the 80s. But not this particular setting, not going for the district championship on the last game of the season. But we have a long way to go in this one. And of course, with David Foreman back there throwing, the Eagles are off to a good start, but they've got a 3 quarters plus 2 minutes and 49 seconds of some tough football ahead of them. And you know Foreman's going to complete some passes. You just hope to be able to contain him.
Jerry, what you're saying is so true. It ain't over till it's over.
Of course, the Eagles need to do a little better job of containing Alexander, but that's a good kickoff by Johnson. 2 yards back, pitch back to McClintock. McClintock's at the 10, tries to get outside to the 15, does get outside. Jake Marshall's after him, but he's away and running, and he's still away and running. Kranko once again cuts inside, and finally it's going to be Joel Knight. Finally, Joel Knight brings him down. McClintock.
He did some good running there, man.
He sure did.
Yeah, that was a great run by McClintock. So
he must have broke at least 3 or 4 different times.
Well, the Eagles really were after him, and Jake Marshall had him, and he was able to get out of that grab. Finally, it was Joel Knight, who's done such a great job all year long on these kicking teams, finally corralled him. But sure give Dennis Johnson credit, though. He was in great position to try to make a play, and that's so important for your kicker to lay back there and play center field and help out on the tackle, and Dennis Johnson was in a position to do that. But excellent field position once again at the Georgetown 44. Draw play up the middle, but nothing going there as Garlow rather, is absolutely swarmed under. Goodness gracious, how did so many Eagles get? I know Clayman was there, 86, but he had a lot of help.
Clayman, Stabino, there was at least 5 or 6 Eagles. The whole front line plus one of the linebackers made the tackle.
That was a
swarm of Eagles, wasn't it?
Definitely.
That was a backdoor handoff to Garlow, and he just absolutely had no chance. All the way back to the Westwood 49-yard line. It's a loss of 7 on the play. It's going to be 2nd 17. This time the flags go down. McClintock tries to head right.
I think they're going to call us for offside.
Georgetown was offside.
Boy, that's a tough break there. It's once again an excellent play by the defense, and McClintock just couldn't get on track. But that'll be a 5-yard penalty against the Eagles. That'll bring the line of scrimmage to the Eagle 46-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 12.
Gary, I think we can look all night for Georgetown to be offside occasionally because they're stunning pretty heavily, and they're really bringing their linebackers, and they're slanting and looping, all trying to put pressure on top of Foreman. So we're going to see a few offsides tonight.
The Eagles have been trying to anticipate the snap count. They've been caught a couple of times now. McClintock and Alexander wide left side. Foreman back, wants to throw, try to go deep. And he's going to go intercepted by Kranko, idiot. No, make that Jamo Rose. Jamo Rose, and the Eagles have their 2nd turnover. Jamo Rose back there playing center field, and as Foreman tried to go deep to McClintock, and it was Rose, and the Eagles have it at their own 22. 2nd turnover of the night, and the Eagle defense have captured both of them. 1:35 to go in the first quarter play. The Eagles lead by a score of 10-0. They scored on a 23-yard Dennis Johnson field goal and a 68-yard run by Lee Lundeen. Buell French is on a wing to the right side. On a wing left is Pack. Goes up the middle to Lundeen. Lundeen has yardage to the 24-yard line. They may give him forward progress to the 25. Be a pickup of 3 on the play. Be 2nd down 7 for the Eagles.
Number 37 for the Warriors. Ronnie Rocha made the tackle again. You know, we'll try to mention all these offensive linemen as we go along, but number 72, Travis Holt, then through the key block.
The center's Jacob Bingham. He's out over the football. Handelsman bows under. Is going to give inside handoff to Pack, but Pack has nothing there. Great job by the Warriors that time. That was a a well-conceived play, and it looks like the timing and everything was there, but you got to give credit to the Warrior defense.
Very definitely. They did an excellent job.
It's at the 25-yard line. It's going to be third down, and the Eagles need about 7. From the 25-yard down, and we're in our final 36 seconds of the first quarter of play. And the Eagles will have to convert here or turn the ball over to the Warriors. Rose goes wide to the left side, Pack on a wing to the right. Antelman wants to throw, looks over the middle, tipped up. It's going to be picked off, intended for French. Going to be away and run in for the Warriors. That's number 35, Scott Bernard. And Bernard's going to go all the way down to the Eagle 10-yard line, or maybe the 11 or 12. We'll wait and see where they mark it.
Stephen Smith forced him out of bounds.
That was a tip ball.
Well, men, as we were a few moments ago, we've got our backs to the wall again, so we've got to rise to the occasion here, Milton and Jay.
Well, at least it's narrowed it down. Sunday they call it the red zone, so we're in the red zone right now. That helped.
McClintock and Alexander wide left. As Foreman bows under, gives to Garlow. This time Garlow finally has some running room as he gets up to about the 6 or 7 yard line. We'll wait and see where they mark it, but a nice play on first down of some 4 or 5 yards. And
Milligan was in on the tackle.
That play will end our first quarter of play, and when we return for the second quarter, the Warriors will have it second down and 6 with the line of scrimmage, the Georgetown 8-yard line.
Well, man, doesn't it make you feel proud here? See the crowd standing. They're letting these young men know that they appreciate what they're doing. And as we go through the game, if we can, we'll just get the whole roster here. Milton, why don't you start there, and we'll get some of them here, right, and then we'll come back to them.
Okay, we got Jake Marshall, number 11, who's a senior. Matt Handelman, number 12, who's a senior. Then we got Joel Newman, number 14, is a junior. We got Gary Stone, who's a senior, number 15. Number 16, Joel Knight, he's a junior. Number 20, James Caranco, who is a junior. And number 22, Eric Hall, who's a senior. And we'll come back after this extra.
It'll be second down, and the Warriors will need 8. The line of scrimmage is the Georgetown 8, or make that, they'll need 7 from the 8-yard line. Going to go once again to Garlow. Big hole off tackle. He is very close to the distance. He didn't score, but he should have the first down right at the goal line.
Tackle was made by Jomo Rose.
Rocky Browning also in on the stop for the Eagles, but that was a great charge right up the middle by Garlow. And he has the first down, so it'll be first and goal for the Warriors. At the ball is about 6 inches away from the Eagle goal line.
Jerry, I believe if I had Foreman, I know what play I'd run on this. Well, I believe I'd quarterback sneak.
They do run a lot of quarterback sneaks, and I expect to see one here. That's going to go instead on the keeper, and he's going to walk in, is Foreman.
He's a good ball carrier as well as a good passer.
So a fake to Garlow up the middle, and Foreman kept it around the left side. And the Warriors just that quick, and just to show you how fast fortunes can change, just a couple of plays ago, the Eagles had it 3rd and 6, and all of a sudden now the Warriors have scored, and they're right back in it at 10-6.
And going for the extra point here, Jerry.
Nicholas Williams on to attempt the point after. And the kick is away and good. So with 11:14 to go here in the second quarter play, the score, Georgetown 10, Westwood 7.
All right, we have our backs to the wall again. We still got a 3-point lead there, but we need more than that, man. But while there's little time here, Vernon, Milton, if you will give us the team roster.
All right, number 24, Tim Boff is a senior. Number 26, Chris Stabino is a senior. Number 28, Gary Hello is a senior. Number 30, Russell Zahansky is a senior. Number 32, Jomo Rose is a junior. Levi Bizzle, number 35, is a senior. Jeff Newman. Number 36 is a senior. 38, Michael James is a senior. Number 39, Buell French is a senior. Number 40, Garrett Holt is a senior. And Dennis Johnson, number 41, is a senior.
All right, thank you, Milton. And we're back to you, Jerry, for the action on the field.
Nicholas Williams will do the kicking off for the Warriors. He has it teed up in the middle of the field at the 40-yard line. James Karanko and Jamo Rose back deep for the Eagles.
Eagles need to get good field position on this if at all possible.
Williams advances, and it's going to be end over end, taken by Rose back 2 yards deep in the end zone. He's going to bring it out. Better hurry up, Jamo. He's going to be drugged down as he got to the 10-yard line. That
tackle was made by number 3, Eric Rice.
Unfortunately, Rose had his momentum going away from the field of play when he caught that ball. His momentum carried him into the end zone, and he was never able to get back up to catch up with his blockers. Good job by the Warrior coverage team, and now the Eagles have a long way to go. The line of scrimmage is the Georgetown 10.
It'd be real nice with 11 minutes to play here in the second quarter. We could just make a long drive, use up the time, and score.
Well, you certainly want to get some first downs and don't turn it over at the very worst. As French comes in motion, Lundeen has it up the middle, has a big hole across the 15 up to about the 16, 17-yard line. We'll wait and see where they mark it.
And Milton, there again's that line you're talking about.
Offensive line is doing an excellent job, and I'm not second-guessing anybody, but old double 4 would run with the football a whole lot in the next 2 or 3 minutes.
At the 17-yard line, it's going to be second down and 3. The slot's to the right side. It appears now that Chris Stavino is in the game in the slot, but it may be Bizzle. I can't see the number from here, but we'll check it in a moment. Long snap camp by Handelman. He may be changing the play. Pitch back to Lundeen. It is Bizzle at the wing. He picks up a block, and Lundeen clears for the first down. Nice block on the outside by Jamo Rose and Levi Bizzle.
And number 35, Jerry, made the tackle, Scott Bernard.
It was Scott Bernard who made the interception that led to that 12-yard Westwood Warrior scoring drive that brought them back from a 10-0 deficit to 10-7. And now the slot will be to the left side. French and Lundeen behind Hantelman. Stamino's in the game at the tight end position. He's on the right side. Pitch back to French. French clears the line of scrimmage. Spins away from one tackler and going to be brought down at the 34-yard line. Nice gain on the play of some 7 yards. So the Eagles, once again, a good play on first down.
Eddie Geeter for the Warriors made the tackle.
Pickup of 7 by Buell French. So at the 34-yard line, it's going to be second down and 3.
And again, that line is moving them out there, Milton.
They definitely are. The offensive line doing outstanding. But I tell you what, this may be a high-scoring ball game.
The wing is to the left side. Comes to French once again, picks up a nice block at the corner from Doug Esfandori. Gets up to the 45-yard line, very close to popping it through and going all the way, but a good job by the Warriors.
Ronnie Rocha, Jerry, made that saving tackle, because if he missed him, it would have been a touchdown.
French goes down at the 45-yard line. It's going to be first and 10 at the 45. 9-10 remaining in the first half of play. The Eagles lead 10-7.
Then the great teamwork the kids are doing is great, and those backs complement each other. They really do. He's there.
So the Eagles are going to wind up with excellent field position here after this mark-off against the Warriors. And incidentally, Julian Pack in the ball game getting some extended